Hello, my name is George Steffens. My wife Judy and I have been selling real estate in the Tampa Bay market for well over 20 years. During that time period, we've had many questions asked to us about real estate, about the Tampa Bay market. I'm going to create some videos that help you go through all the steps that you need to know in order to either buy or sell real estate. Well, hi there. A lot of people have asked us where the Tampa Bay area is and what's so great about it. Well, Tampa, of course, is located in the state of Florida. It's right over here. This, of course, is the Gulf of Mexico. So it's on the Gulf of Mexico side of Florida. It consists of 3 counties. I'm going to zoom into those 3 counties so we can take a look at them. Of course, we move the map over a little bit. You can see it a little bit better. This is Hillsborough County. This is Pinellas County. And this is Pasco. All 3 counties make up the Tampa Bay area. Of course, this is the Tampa Bay right here. So we have the Gulf of Mexico out here and Tampa Bay here. This little cute county right here is the smallest one in Florida, but it's also the most populated one. Reason being, of course, it's surrounded by water. The water temperature cools slower and warms up slower, so therefore in the wintertime it's usually a little more warmer in this county, and in the summertime it's a little cooler. So that makes it kind of a nice place to live. Now, this is the Tampa Bay area. Of course, this is Tampa Bay. This is St. Petersburg, Clearwater, and this is Pasco. Pasco County is connected to these three when you talk about the uh, Tampa Bay area because this is where our water supply is. This is how we get all of our water into these 2 counties. Also, there's a population right here across, right on the Gulf of Mexico. You zoom in a little bit. The nice thing is this is Tampa Bay International Airport. And over here is the St. Petersburg Clearwater International Airport. So we have 2 international airports serving this entire area. Again, if you come flying in here, you can get to the beaches as soon as you can. Just jump off a plane and zoom. You're over there in less than an hour. In fact, from here, looking in this area, this is the Tarpon Lake. And this area right in here, it's 15 minutes to the airport, right here, and 15 minutes to the beaches, right here. The neat thing about these beaches is they're not connected right to the mainland. If you notice, they're on little islands outside, all the way up until you get to here. This is Dunedin, and this is Dunedin Beach, and over here is Caladesi. This little island, you can only get to it by boat. It's not really connected to the Clearwater Beach and not connected to Dunedin. So for boaters, they love this area because you got lots of sailing area, you got a lot of powerboat area, you got a lot of fishing. So you got everything you need as far as the fun and sun in the water is concerned. A nice little thing, there's one community located right here off of Osmar, and another one right here off Apollo Beach that have canals that were built in the 1940s but not really developed until the 1990s. Those areas are actually freshwater canals that have a boat lift to take your boat from freshwater into the salt water, and then you can go about the bay. So that's pretty much an overview of what the area looks like, what the communities look like in here. Oh, let me give you a little age. This, St. Petersburg, was probably one of the first places that was settled, along with Tarpon Springs, in an area right over here called Ybor City. Those 3 are where people came to first in this area, and they settled here. Most of the houses in the St. Pete area were built in the 1920s and 1930s. Same with Tarpon, same with Ybor. And then things moved out and progressed into the different areas. So if you're going from St. Pete to Pinellas Park, you've got 20s and 30s, 40s and 50s, 60s and 70s, 80s, 90s, and then all this area here, which is all newer, there's still development going on here. You go over here into Tampa, You got the same thing. Ybor City, first place it was built, there's houses in here in the 1920s. Tampa has homes that are 40s and 50s, 60s. And as you move out towards the airport, the homes get into the 70s and the 80s. And then you get back in this area right in here, and there's some newer homes that are being built now. All these areas still have areas or homes that are new, just they're in pockets. They're not a whole community. They're little sections and so forth. Anyway, that's an overview of the housing, the development, and what happened in the Tampa Bay area. I'm going to stop this right now and see what it looks like.